Hi folks, this is Don Byer again. This video will be vid number 4, and it's about my friend Eric Lybolt. There'll actually be 2 stories about Eric. We had some interesting times. I hope you enjoy it. Hi folks. Last Wednesday, Lou and I were having lunch with the girls, his wife Karen, our friend Diane, and my sister Debbie at Shadowbrook. You old-timers who haven't been to Tunkhannock for over 10 years, the Shadowbrook restaurant became a Perkins franchise a few years ago. Same building with the big cow and bullheads out front, but no longer tied as Shadowbrook Dairy. The bowling alley has been closed for some time. Anyway, Lou and I have been spending most of our time reminiscing about our escapades. He reminded me about another deputy we worked closely with for a few years. Eric Lybolt was his name. Eric unfortunately passed away about 10 years or so ago, at 50 years old. He was a good man. Eric's dad was an inventor. He made special tools for the loggers. At least that's what he was doing the times I talked with him. He was also a Cherokee Indian. Being I have Blackfoot ancestry, my great-grandmother, we hit it off pretty good. The 3 of us, Lou, Eric, and I, were assigned to patrol the lower part of the county bordering Luzerne County. There is a large property there with a lake and a dirt road about 2 miles long that cuts through this heavily wooded property. The time frame is deer season. Actually, it was antlerless or doe season. It's mid-December and cold with snow. Eric said he would patrol on foot, as he had some information he wanted to check out. So we dropped him off on foot somewhere along that dirt road. Lou and I checked hunters coming out and stopped a few cars, checking for loaded guns and properly filled out tags. When I dropped off Eric, he said, "Pick me up at such and such a time." Okay, we'll be around. Now, I worked with Eric a few times. We kind of had an understanding. One time I dropped him off and went back at the appointed time to pick him up. And all he had told me was he would leave me a sign. That time, as I was traveling out the road, he left a stack of rocks along the road, 4 high if I recall. Not big rocks, but noticeable if you were looking for something a little out of place. I stopped at the rocks and Eric showed up a few minutes later. I related the previous incident as I knew Eric would be leaving a similar sign somewhere along the road this time. I had not told Lou about it. Lou was wondering, how are we going to know where to pick him up? I told him that Eric would leave a sign. Sure enough, as we traveled slowly out that plowed but frozen over dirt road, there was the sign. Eric peed a good-sized arrow pointing to the right in the frost in the middle of the road. I pulled over and stopped at the piss arrow, if there is such a word, and about 10 minutes later, here comes Eric, and he has company. He had arrested a guy for hunting antlerless deer without a permit. The guy was mad as hell, as Eric caught him with a loaded rifle on stand on a stone wall in the guy's own backyard. Of course, he was madder about getting caught in his own yard, and along with the $100 fine for hunting without a license and $500 for attempting to take a deer illegally. We did the necessary paperwork and gave the guy his copies, and we headed home. This concludes the first story about our friend Eric Lybolt. And as always, wish everyone all the best. Thank you.